What's up, everyone? My name is Marilyn. I'm coming to you for my Thursday Night Live, as usual, from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. I'm happy to see that you're here with me tonight. Whether you're watching the replay or watching live, please comment. I do go back and read all of them, and I really do appreciate you taking part in my evening. I enjoy doing this. I love sharing. I love learning new things and sharing them with you. So, welcome back or welcome for the first time, all of you. My question for you tonight, as we're waiting for a few to come on, is if you read the title of my event that I set up here, live paper crafting quilt card, to me indicates that it's kind of combining two hobbies or two craft enjoyments that we have. I do enjoy quilting when I have time. I love sewing, so it's kind of a natural there. And I would like to know what else you like doing besides crafting. Obviously, paper crafting is one of your favorites because you're here with me tonight, and I'm glad you are. So just keep it in the comments, keep chatting with each other, and I will go through my usual things. And just going to double check first to make sure everything's looking good. I see there's a few of you on here, so it must be working. Looks like it is. Perfect. Okay. So my usual things, you can see my host code across the bottom here. That is for till the end of the month, till 30th. Um, and then it will be changing. But if you do want to purchase from me, live in Canada, I'd love to have you as a customer. And just reach out to me if you can't figure out the host code, if it happens to have changed by the time you're ready to make a purchase. So then I'm going to share with you things that I do. I have a Zoom with Friends class every Friday at 1 o'clock, and it is usually taught by someone else. We have a great caring community there, have lots and lots of fun together, and others volunteer to teach whatever they want to teach, and we all just use our own supplies and make it and share. And like I say, it's just a great fun community. Started when COVID shut us down from from in-person events, and it's just blossomed from there. We have people from all across Canada, some from the States, and we just have a wonderful time crafting together on Friday afternoons. So let me know if you want to join. All of my classes are on Zoom. I then have a 12-month of Christmas card class the second Thursday of each month, and I do require registrations 2 weeks prior so that I can get the kits mailed to you in Canada. If you're not in Canada, you can get a PDF for the cards we make. And today was the last day for the May class, last day to register. So if you haven't yet, I'd love to have you hop on there and register. So again, you can find all this information in my description of this event as well as other places on social media. So let me know if you can't find it. I have monthly card class the third Wednesday of each month. Again, it's mailed out to anywhere in Canada as long as you register and pay in within that 2 week time period. So I'd love to have you there too, or whichever. And last but not least, I do try to host a Stamp a Stack each month. We had one today for birthday cards, and I have some of those that I will show you at the end, and just give you an idea of what we do. And that's all I can do for now, other than do my Thursday night lives. So I'm going to switch the camera over to my desktop so you can see a couple of things here. I'm hoping that I've got my lighting figured out a little bit better. And I'm just going to switch over and read the comments in case there's anything drastic I have to deal with before we get started. So a word of note, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see people on YouTube comment. If you're watching on Facebook, you can see people on Facebook comment. I can see both at the same time. And I will, if there's questions that I'm answering, I think it makes it easier if I pop the question up on the screen and you can all see it from wherever you're watching from. So I appreciate you all being here, no matter where you are. So I see Roz, Linda, Faye, Gail, Bonnie, Carmen, just like this. Carmen is on Facebook. She loves to crochet and have been using her Cricut machine more and more. Great, great choices, Carmen, especially with your two little ones. You can keep busy doing those things when they're not requiring your immediate assistance, right? Thank you. Stacy, Linda. Linda has another comment. I will have to catch the replay. Onto a call she has to take. Look forward to seeing the card. Linda is a quilter. I know that. So I'm sure that she will come back and watch the replay to see how to do this quilt card. And Gail, yes. Thank you, Gail. Great Stamp-A-Stack today. Gail was part of my class today, and we had a great time. So thank you for your comments. So before I get started to that, I just want to show you a couple things that I have discovered, and I love sharing, as I said. If you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you have access to what Stampin' Up! Calls the color coach. It is on the Stampin' Up! Website, and it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it's 7 or 8, maybe more, of these particular kind of graphics on one sheet. So they come in an 8.5 by 11. I printed mine, I cut them out, and then I have attached, as you can see here, this one says garden green. Garden green are the colors they're showing here, along with whatever else they say will go good with it. My printer doesn't print them true to color, but I know the names. And I've attached a piece of garden green cardstock to that particular coach piece. And then on the back, I have made a label that gives me the name, the item number, the cost, and the color family. And for me, that works really well because I do a tutorial for my card classes, and I like to include that item number for the products that I'm using. So big bonus for me was that after I got all of these done, and I keep my cardstock and my ink pads in rainbow color order, which is kind of why you can see the varying colors here. And I don't decide that myself. I usually find somebody else has done it and I just kind of copy theirs. But I found that I had some of these rings left that I could punch a hole and attach them. And this sits on my desk as a ready reference for colors if I want to pick my own colors or if I want to use whatever Stampin' Up! Is recommending. So I have a couple things I want to share with you. Just a sec here. Gail, I help with Victoria quilts, but I'm not a quilter. I have done various crafts throughout my life, but card making and knitting dishcloths are my main current activities. Great idea, Gail. Good. And Faye, I have a quilted table runner to finish before this fall. I think, Faye, you're like me. You kind of have to set deadlines. You never get it done, right? I also have been using my Cricut a lot the past couple days. Just like Stampin' Up, I like to learn something new with my Cricut. Perfect. Great ideas. Thanks, ladies. Okay, good to see you, Judy from Didsbury. And the other thing I wanted to share with you is a trick that I learned from Jackie Bolhuis. You've probably seen her Clomp and Stompers if you ever watch her site there. I've got a card and a base, an envelope and a base, I should say. I've got a 6x6 piece of paper. So if you take your 6x6 paper and cut it at 3 3/4, make that your first cut. This piece will fit on your envelope flap. So you've got a piece to decorate your envelope. Then if you take this piece and cut 1 inch off the bottom, you have a layer to go on your card base that is, normally we do 1/4 inch increments, so this is 1/2 inch increment, but it still looks good on the front of the card. And then you have a 1 inch piece to decorate the inside. And you've used the whole 6x6 sheet. Isn't that neat? I just thought it was really a great tip for that 6x6 paper we have, and you don't have any waste. Not like these little pieces I'm going to show you tonight with the quilt part. So Anyway, keep commenting amongst yourselves. Hello, Marie from Grimshaw. Good to see you as well. And now I want to show you how to make this card. I found this watching a YouTube by Heidi from On Ye Go Stamping. I don't know if any of you have found her on YouTube yet or not. She has, I'll have to show you this. I'm just going to flip back for a minute because if you're looking for her graphics for headers are something like this. And I just really like the looks of her, the way she's going to describe it and everything. And she does have some great videos. I've watched a few of them. So for her card, and I did put the list of things in the, sorry, I was reading Stacy's thing. Still washed out, check your camera lens. It's not washed out on my end, Stacy. I can see the colors quite well on my computer. I'm trying to sit really, really careful without moving too much for the sound. And I will keep working at it, but I can't do much more tonight unless I stop things and start over. And I really don't want to try that. So sorry about that. So we start out with an 8.5 by 5.5. And yes, I'm using white paper, so it will look kind of washed out, Stacy. And I believe the camera is auto-focusing, which is part of the problem. And I haven't found a button to shut that off. So that may be my next step. So I've got my card base. The other thing I did put in the description what I'm using and the measurements, if any of you want to create along with me. If you are creating, let me know. And I'll try and keep watching for comments in case you have questions or in case you want me to change something or wait for you or whatever. Then I have a piece of designer paper that I'm going to use for the background layer like she did along here. And it's just more of that paper that's there. Then I have a piece of white paper that I'm going to use as the background here when we get to it. So I'm not going to stamp on it just yet. And oh, sorry, the this designer paper is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Then I have this is 5 by 3 3/4. Nope, that's this one's 5 by 3 3/4. Anyway, that's just a minute, I'll measure it. It is 3 3/4. Sorry, it's 5 by 3 3/4. So that's our second layer, like I was talking about earlier. It seems a shame to hide all of that designer paper. However, in order to get the dimensions right for this, I can't really make it much different. Then I have 5 by 3, and this is what we're going to make our quilt squares on. And I'm going to use an adhesive sheet because I want glue all over this. But because I don't want my fingers to be too sticky, I have cut mine just 1/8 of an inch narrower. So that will be 5 by 3. So I will put that on. If you haven't used adhesive sheets, Gail, I hate with hiding DSP, yes, but sometimes it can't be helped. Adhesive sheets come with a break. Okay, I can see it, but I can't. There. And you can cut them and peel the backing off. Now I had a bit of an issue on here. You can see there's a little bit lifting, partly because my adhesive lifted when I was doing this. And you can see maybe if I hold it just right, it started to do it there again, but I'm going to hope that it works. So I'm just going to place my adhesive on there. Oh, and the other thing that you need is 10 1/4 inch by 5 inch strips. And hi, Catherine. Yes, Bonnie. Bonnie says it's a great way to use DSP that you're not too fond of by hiding it like that. Yeah, you're you're right. So I'm just peeling the one layer of the adhesive sheet off, the one backing. It is very, very sticky. I know that we love using it for die cuts that are intricate so that we don't have to worry about putting adhesive on, but it sure does get on your fingers, and I need my, here it is, my silicone mat. So then what you end up doing is peeling this other layer off, and we're just going to place our strips tight up against each other along here. So if you're crafting along with me, let me know. Oh, and I see that some of that adhesive is lifting along the edges. I'll hope that, oh well, we'll just deal with it as it comes. So to begin with, I want to start, and I'm just going to alternate my strips, and I'm going to try to get this one right on the edge. And then just work my way up. So my question for everyone joining now, hello, Barbara from Florida. Good to see you. If you are joining now, my question to begin with was, what other crafts are you interested in, and do you do other than paper crafting? It's always interesting to hear. Quite often, if we ask that question, we have heard of some crafts that we never knew. I have done, I'm going to say just about all of them. Recently, diamond art painting. Um, I have probably, if I were to dig far enough in my stash, I have some unfinished projects. Do you have some of those as well? I have done paper tool, where you cut the paper different layers and layer it, and it becomes like a 3D project. I have done knitting, I have done crocheting. I much prefer crocheting because if you lose a stitch, it's only one, whereas if you're knitting, it's a whole bunch. Okay. So you can see that, or I hope you can, that I am just laying these tight up against each other, except that one I kind of missed. And I'm just turning them whatever colors I like all the way across until we get to the other end. That's why I'm just busy chatting with you as we go. Beading, earrings, sorry, Stacy, and reused jean purses, painted Christmas ornaments, and more. Yes, yes, lots of things that we can pick from, and somehow there seems to be more and more appearing. Bonnie has diamond art, building Lego kits of at least 3,000 pieces or more. Wow. What do you do with them after, Bonnie? Do you have a shelf or a display cabinet? What do you do with all those Lego kits? Because I know you've been doing that for a while. So, okay, so once you've got all your pieces on, Catherine, a little crocheting, tried stained glass once. Once, does that mean it broke, Catherine, or what? Um, just curious. I have a friend who has done some stained glass, and it turns out beautifully, but I don't know what all she goes through to do it. So once you've got your pieces like this, what you need to do is end up with two 2¼ inch squares. So to begin with, and yes, my paper trimmer does get sticky when I do this, but because I've still got adhesive along here, I'm just going to straighten up this edge. like that. And turned out well, but I never did it again. Maybe you'll go back to it at some point, Catherine. And then I need 2 1/4. So I can decide I've got a little bit of this strip here, or I've got more of that. I think I'm just going to trim it this way. Maybe not. Maybe I need to do a little bit more so that I can straighten that edge that did start too straight. And then 2 1/4 is there. So it really doesn't matter if you start and then I'm going to cut them at 2 1/4 this way. So can you see where we're headed with this? Whoops, not 2 1/4. Hope I did that other one right. Okay, here's Bonnie's answer about her Lego. She has them on display on top of our desks. I'm working on a new floral kit I got for my birthday and can turn it into a wreath when I get 2 more kits the same. Lego is amazing, amazing for a lot of different projects for sure. And Stacy says, I tried, I think you mean quilting. It says I tried quitting, and that's just perfect for, just too perfect for me, as I'm a free spirit. That could be. Yes, you do have to be exact when you're doing quilting. I remember that. So once you have your 2 quarters or 2 squares, and I have glue on the adhesive on the back of mine that's going to be detrimental here. You are going to cut them corner to corner. So, and I would recommend not starting here and cutting because it might fold the corners up. So what I did was locate it in the track and then cut both directions like that. Keep it together as much as you can. And if you can't, rearrange it again when you get it over this way. Turn it and cut it again, corner to corner. And you've got 4 triangles, which I'm just going to lay over here for now till I cut the other one. And so, yes, you certainly should try this card, Stacy. Marie has some things she did. Let me just share that here for a minute. Puzzles, crochet, paper quilling. Paper quilling I did as well. Forgot about that one. Stained glass, knitting, diamond dots, small amount of quilting, lots of embroidery, liquid embroidery. Oh, liquid embroidery. Yes, I did that many, many years ago. Marie, we could probably reminisce about a lot of those things. So now you've got 4 different triangles over here. So what you need to do, I'm going to lay this here with the hopes that you're going to have, whoops, you should have 4 going each direction. Here's my 4 there. And here's my 4 this way. Okay, so the stripes are going, and I don't know if it's better if I show you this way. You can see the stripes. So to place them on your piece of white, you take the first 4 that you want, and when you place them like this, well, you know what? I bet you I messed it up when I cut some from either end, because look at that, they're not lining up properly. Note to you, do not do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I cut some off the top and some off the bottom of my original, but I'm going to continue to show you So those go like that, and then these, and I've got it laid in the wrong place, but let me just turn it for a minute so I can see what. Maybe I'm doing the wrong pieces. That's better. Try the right pieces. Can you tell there's glue on my fingers? So virtually what you've done is taken them apart and put them back together. Except I've got it. You got to turn it so it fits like that. Okay. And then you can glue them. Whether you want to. Sorry, just reading comments. Faye says the last quilted card I enjoyed making was used adhesive sheets. I now have a new quilting card. So when Heidi did this in her video, she managed to leave just a little bit of space in between them. I kind of like them together. My biggest thing was how to get it together on the card with the border around it the way I wanted it. And I'm going to try again. But I just think it's really neat how, maybe if I try the outside pieces first. Let me try that. If I try these corner pieces. Okay, so I want that one to be there. Oops. And then and it really, yeah, obviously should be taking my adhesive off my fingers. Whoops. Put this one straight there. I may end up with a piece in a little space in between them on the inside by doing it this way, but we'll see. This one is going to go there. Just and this one here. And by doing the strips first and then cutting, pardon me, you can see how the colors do coordinate, right? So then, and I'm not going to push these down too hard until I see they fit together. Yeah, that's going to go like that. And so, yeah, I can't move those top two anymore. So I just have to have a bit of space there. But you can see how you could work with it if you had, I'm thinking glimmer paper would be great for one of the strips, if nothing else. So I have not very evenly spaced because I have a little bit of white around here, but not down here. But I really like the end result of it. And of course, I should have stamped my greeting first. I'm going to use the same one I did on here, the happy birthday from Something Fancy. And because it's better for me to stamp on a foam pad, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, yes, yes, Marie. She says her sister is into quilting, so she might have to make this card for her. Stacy likes the looks of it even without the middle piece put in, and that's true. Like everybody can do whatever they like with it. You could also do a much bigger greeting on it. Um, but just for my demonstration purposes, this is what I have done with it. So I keep getting. Oh, thanks, Gail. Thanks, Catherine. Glad you're liking it. I love your comments, so please keep them coming. So then it's just a matter of putting the card together. And of course, both of them, I haven't done anything else with it, but you could certainly put like rhinestones in it. You could put ribbon if you so desired. I kind of want in my case, I want the quilt to do the talking. To me, this goes up this way. And then my quilt layer, for lack of a better description, is going to go on this way. So I have really enjoyed putting this together, and hopefully you guys will try it. And you're welcome to post your pictures of your cards that you make from my samples here below this post on my Facebook page. I'd love to see what you can what you make. And again, kind of been my mission this month, obviously, if you've been watching somewhat, is to use up designer paper. Yeah, what do you think? I really like those. So, oh, Maggie, hello, Maggie. Love quilting patterns. Yes, yes, I really like how this one has turned out. So that's great. So thank you all for watching. I do have some cards to show you, and of course my draw that I usually do at the end. And before we get to that, just in the comments, let me know which one you like, with the yellow and green or the blue and pink. I'm sure we'll have a variety of answers to that. This card from last week, the one we did with the interlocking accordion fold. Look at that, I finally remembered it. If you didn't watch last week's, you can certainly go back and see it. And I did a draw from all of the people who commented, whether during the live or afterwards, up until this evening kind of thing. I was getting ready, and Gail B, you have won the card. So I will be sending it to you. So, thank you. Yes, people liking all of them. So my cards to share with you from the Happy Mail are from Marie. This one doesn't say, and I don't recognize the embossing folder. Maybe some of you do, but it's a very pretty blue. This ribbon I do recognize from something that I had a while ago, and some rhinestones on it. Just a gorgeous card. Thank you, Marie, for that. Swap card from Lori, done with the. Oh, okay. You put a piece, this is something that we often do, is put a piece of cardstock, or this is a piece from a designer paper, just to keep these pieces from being damaged in the mail. And this is the desert set that's in the mini catalog now. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it, but beautiful color combination. And I do not have that set, Lori, so thank you so much. Linda is our resident envelope maker from this looks like a garden book or something. It says the garden something on it. Great envelopes, Linda. Thank you. And Linda also put in swap. This is a swap card. She put in an embossed layer to use as that extra layer on the front. And this is a new technique that Linda was telling us about, where she used a gel pen instead of ink, and then used gold embossing on it. And that way you can certainly get your placement of the ink and everything exactly where you want it, and a cute little butterfly on there. So thank you so much, Linda. I will be taking pictures of these swap cards and putting them on my VIP page. This card is from Diana, and it is done with the Hello Irresistible set that is available in the online exclusives. and some of this, pardon me, this gorgeous paper that won't be around for, well, I guess it is going into the online exclusives as well. I read that the other day. So great card, Diana. Thank you. And matching envelope there. This is a retiring set, I believe. Birthday card from Joanne. Thank you, Joanne. It's got some of this ribbon. This ribbon is actually carrying forward. It's in, this is Parakeet Party. So some of the ribbons do carry forward, which is always nice to have. Oh, Betty, you fell. Oh no. Please be careful. I hope you're okay as well. Sorry, just reading some of the comments. This is a card I made with our downline the other night, and it is just a different pop-up fold. You can see there's a different dimension for the insert pieces there, and it just we just thought it was really kind of cute. So a neat card there. And then our cards from today, I'll just quickly go through them because some of you, Gail, Betty, Bonnie, were all with me today doing these. But I do want to show you some of the things that we make in my Stampa stacks. This was birthdays, so I've got a couple masculine ones done with the like an animal designer paper, and this embossing folder from the motorcycle set. I don't know what else it's called, can't remember. And this one also is the masculine one, just done more with that paper. And thank you to Faye for almost all of these sketch designs. It really helped me get that card class together, Faye. So thank you so much. So designer paper, some stamping, and an embossed front layer, which is kind of unusual, but it looks kind of neat when you can do that. Then we had this one, which is cut from this. The other color that's in this paper pack is Cajun Craze and pink. And I pulled it to cut this, a bit of a shimmer paper here that we had, an embossed folder. And we all decided today as we were doing it that if you needed a wedding card, this would make a great wedding card. You could adapt it to use. And that's always something that's really nice to be able to do, is take whatever you've got and create something different from it using the same design. I just think that's really kind of a neat talent that we have as card makers. Pardon me. The butterfly card is cute. The this one was kind of neat, again using DSP, and you place it on and then you fold it back at 1 inch and 1 inch. And we had a number of, I don't have any others here, but different colors and whatever. And I thought it was just kind of a neat, you could use it masculine or feminine. And then these definitely, I would say, are feminine, but they're done with that Hues of Happiness paper. And we managed to keep them in order so that when they were cut and then put on again, and I believe it was you, Betty, that said they it made you think you were looking through a window. So what a great technique, and another one of Faye's sketches there for that. So thank you all, ladies. Okay, let me just look at the comments. Judy said the card is nifty. We'll make for a quilting friend. Isn't that interesting that a lot of us have quilting friends? I think I haven't done much quilting since I started the stamping because it takes a long time. And as Stacy mentioned, it is such an exact art that it does take time. So we can't do much about that. But anyway, so I'm glad you like those. I'm going to go over now to Bonnie's going to take that design from today and make 2 anniversary cards for me in June. Yes, we had talked about that, Bonnie. So good for you. I can now switch to, and as always, I will come back and read all the comments. And now, I think if I go over here, wrong button, sorry. Okay, 14 people have commented. You do not have to, you only once, as long as you comment once, your name is in the draw. And I cannot, as it hasn't changed yet, if you win, you could win all 5 times. I have no control over that. I'm just going to keep spinning. So here we go. And if you do win, I really would appreciate you reaching out to me. And some of you I do have addresses for, but others I don't. So if you're watching and your name comes up, please um, let me know what your address is. Stacy, I do have yours because you have one before. Thank you. Thank you for being here, all of you. And Diana, I have yours. And some of you are my regulars, and I love it. I am so happy to share something with you each week. So hopefully it all works for you as well. Linda, same thing. Linda's one of my downline. And ta-da-ta-da! Judy. Judy, you have been a winner before, so I have yours. And I have one more. I have lots and lots of cards, and I'm probably going to be adding some. Stacy, you did end up winning twice. Thank you for taking part, for being here. Now let me see if I can get back to where I want to face you with. So thank you, thank you. What I was starting to say was some of the cards, as I'm going through and moving my retired things out and my new stuff in, I have a lot of um, embellishments. I have a lot of partial package of embellishments, and hopefully you don't mind, but I will probably include some of those in some of your card packages, just so you can use them. I can't use them all by any means, even if I kept them all. So I would love to share them with you. So, as always, thank you again. Please comment. Please let me know if you have any questions, and always let me know if there's anything you'd like me to learn to share with you. I certainly don't mind. I spend enough time, I hope a fair bit of time, looking for different ideas on YouTube and Facebook and whatever. So I would love to share and learn something new and share it with you. So take care. Have a great weekend in the sun. We sure hope to. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Bye now.